G'day, welcome to the Simple Cooking channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make a giant jelly baby. Wow, let's get started. Start by putting in 3 cups of water, then put in 120 grams, which is just over 2/3 of a cup of unflavoured gelatin. Just pour that in. Now pour in roughly 750 grams of flavoured gelatin, any flavour you like. Just stir that in, just so it starts to mix. That's oh, yum. So just leave this on the counter for about 10 minutes just to absorb a little bit, and then we'll start heating. Oh, that's nice. See, it's absorbed a lot of the water. So now what we want to do is turn the heat on. Turn it on to about medium. And what we want to do is probably heat this up for roughly 5 minutes. Could take longer, it just depends on this. What you're looking for is for this to have dissolved, the gelatin, the granules to dissolve and to be quite watery. Now there might be on top like a film or a discoloration, but that's alright. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty much ready. When it's ready, as I said, it'll be all this should be dissolved. It has dissolved, but you'll also get this lighter colour, this pinkish film on top. That's also telling you that it's ready. So I'll just give it a stir for another 15-20 seconds just to move any little particles around that may not be quite yet dissolved, and then we'll start. Alright, that's done. Now I'll turn the heat off and just leave this to sit on the counter just for about 30 seconds, just so it cools a tiny bit. Don't want to put it directly into the mould yet, it's a little bit hot. Alright, get your mould, and it's a big mould, as you can see, and I'll tell you where to get that later on. Start pouring this into the mould mixture. So leave this on the counter now for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. We want it to reduce in temperature closer to room temperature, just so the mould starts to take hold. So when we transport it, it's not spilling everywhere and it's not too hot to hold as well. Alright, this is ready to go into the freezer. As you can see, when I shake it, it's sort of starting to get a little bit wobbly, which is what you want. Now, we'll put it in the freezer, but how long you put it in the freezer really depends on how cold your freezer is set. For my freezer, I put this in for 2 hours. 1 hour might be enough for your freezer. You might need to put it in for more than 2 hours. So basically just after 1 hour, just check it with a shake test and you'll be able to tell. But for safety, for your first time, I'd put it in for 2 hours. Alright, this has been in the freezer for, I've only had it in for about 1.5 hours, and I think it's ready. You push your hand on it, it's quite, it's set. Now I'm just going to take it out of the mould. Oh yeah. Oh, yum, yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make a giant Giant jelly baby. Whoa. Look at the size of it. Beautiful. Just great for children's parties, a novelty. It'll feed an army. So yeah. I'll see you next time for my next meal.